Right, there's a locker that I need to pick, if I recall correctly. Honestly, the geography's not a hassle. Right, there's some bambos in here. Nope, it's just straight up a key. Okay. Hello, welcome to a special Friday edition of TechnoPoverty. As you can see, we're back at the RPD as Mr. Leon Kennedy. I will be reading from the preface to the Burning Chrome book we've been going through. Well, last night we read Johnny Mnemonic and we read Burning Chrome itself. Maybe at the midpoint, I'll read the intro because it's Sterling on Gibson, and Sterling has a lot of good, interesting things to say. Oh, where are folks talking? I'm getting distant audio, chat. If anyone's also getting that on stream, let me know. To clone her? All right. Sorry, gang. I have to check something on this audio real quick. You know what? I built a bumper we rarely ever use, but let's go to it right now. Sorry, I'm just thrown off by this. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Looks like I'm back to some sort of first-person segment after this cutscene. Okay, it's just better now. No? Masa and what? All right, I'm gonna go one more time to the tech difficulties screen while we figure out this audio issue.
They each have their own sad story.
There we go. So Grace, the Shadow Lady was another Grace, eh?
God, you should do something. I called security, but nobody answered. They are out of control.
Doctor, we can't contain them.
Sedate them now! Are you kidding me? Get out of my way!
Hey, are you awake? go? Weren't they just here?
Stay away. Stay away! Get back! Don't come any closer! No, get back! Get back!
Hey! What are you doing? What was that?
Do I sneak past him and run, or do I wait? Oh, okay, I can't exit. All right.
Please.
Yo.
What up? Is that a stream I see?
Yeah.
Puppy! Sorry guys, I gotta greet my puppy how I do every day.
Say hello. I'm just running from creepy children.
Oh, creepy. Murdered those creepy children.
No, they like regenerate. It's supposed to be scary, but this is also like a heavily on rails, like cinematic section, so there's no real tension.
Oh, gotcha. You're just like, well, I just have to
Just walking through a movie, yeah.
just go through the forward part.
This is the exact same orphanage from like Resident Evil 2 and all that, though.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
Yeah, they do have a nice consistency. I mean, it's all in the Resident Evil engine, so yeah.
I like how well the Resident Evil engine has like held up over the
It does hold up quite well, yeah.
Oh my goodness, dude.
Please open.
Little corn cob. All right, guys. The corn cob. So this is what we do every day. This is how we greet our puppies. This is how we greet those we love. Yes, we do. Oh my goodness, yes.
That's right, Barney. That's right, Barney.
Several hours of the day. 3 messages. Oh, it was like deleted by Marx.
Oh, there's one of them. Oh, yeah.
Stream bullshit.
Yep.
Streamboo #1 top of coolin' world. He's top of coolin'.
Best follower, Streamboo AI.
Streamboo AI. You need it.
But yeah, that's some Village of the Damn shit, you know?
Yeah. Oh, those things are creepy. Also, like, weird little dresses. Victorian dresses era, you know?
There's a lot of cool stuff in this game. I think there's just maybe too much stuff, or it's going in too many directions with it.
Gotcha. It's like a hat on a hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. What is the general conceit of this one? Because I know you're playing this like a couple different
You
characters.
play as this lady Grace, and as well as Leon, and they're like, Grace is investigating a series of murders, and Leon is investigating a thing where he's like sick because there's two. Everyone who survived the Raccoon City incident has like a weird slow sickness setting in that Leon's trying to figure out.
Oh, okay, gotcha. That's it. That's it.
But okay, so there's creepy kids that way. Can't do that. Doors blocked. Do I stealth take them down or something right here? Oh, is there another way through? Oh, they're gone. Cool. Yeah, man. Take a break for the day. That's right, Barney. Just like stairs. And boo.
What do I do? What do I do?
No, no, no. Turn around. Turn around. Fuck. Close the hatch behind you. Or just go into Chief Irons' weird basement, yes.
Please just be a bad dream.
I mean, I wanted a Grace chapter, but again, it's a monkey's paw. It's a heavily on rails child Grace chapter that's very much just the Sherry Birkin bit from Resident Evil 2 make.
Where am I?
Cool. The chapel under the orphanage. The king in yellow awaits. Yeah, just okay. Umbrella Corps. Let's go. Oh. Yes, let's just open these graves. I mean, these coffins. What is up, 3-2? I was wondering if I was going to ruin your streak. Luckily, I didn't start the Burning Chrome. I decided since traffic was slow at the start to start off with the game. Maybe before or after break time, I'll actually read what I'm going to read, which is the preface or the introduction to the Burning Chrome book. I believe it's Bruce Sterling. It's a Mr. Sterling. Okay, just climb up. Just climb up. Can I just climb up? I got a Grace chapter, but it's actually flashback Grace. My assumption is that Grace is one of many clones of Alexa Ashford from Code Veronica X. I don't quite understand how the murder stuff all ties into it, but I guess. I guess it's just Gideon. Gideon's just the murderer looking for her. Is how it ties in. I don't think there any of that's going to be followed up or expanded upon. It's not a weapon, eh? Hey, what up, L-Man? Yeah, happy Juneteenth, everybody. Alexa from Amazon. No, Amazon's Alexa was inspired by Resident Evil's Alexa, you see. What if I just run? I just run for it? Amazon loves the Umbrella Incorporation, and they're very inspired by them, which is why they named their robot that. They're fans of the Resident Evil movies, you see. They saw the hologram girl. Can I lock it? Can I please lock it?
What's wrong with them?
No? Okay.
What is this place?
It is interesting how Resident Evil 4 onwards does try to integrate some of the movie iconography that Anderson establishes. I'm thinking of 4 with the laser hallway. Though the Series 60 possesses recombinant DNA, increasing the volume of Spencer's injected plasma did not result in successful memory transfer. Mental abnormalities were developed. We'll perform the next medical procedure and progress to the final phase. However, after adjusting the viral lead in the blood of Series 70 subject Chloe, improved signs of stability were observed. We'll continue to monitor her progress. Load, not lead. I can't read. April 15th, 1967, Mr. Spencer's visit. So we're actually seeing Spencer a lot here, that's right. New researcher's notebook. Today was unbelievable. I somehow got invited to the renowned Oswell E. Spencer's lab. I heard rumors about the place, but to think Ark has been underneath me the entire time. I was given a quick tour of the attached orphanage, too. The children there really creeped me out. They all have nasty surgical scars across their heads, and if you meet their gaze, they'll greet you with an unsettling giggle. Apparently they're used for human experiments. The whole thing gives me goosebumps. Well, yeah, it's human experiments. That's like against so many laws and ethical commissions. To have built a place like this, Spencer must have been more unhinged than any of us imagined. Sensational. The prospect of being able to freely experiment on those kids sends shivers of anticipation throughout my entire body. It's all so exciting. Oh, we got a real pervert here. All right. For now, I'll start by making the rounds at the orphanage tonight. Seems like the newbie always gets stuck with the boring jobs. Hopefully I can wrap up the tedious bits quickly so I can prepare for the real fun tomorrow. I got a job at the organ harvesting factory, but it was just cattle molester, and that really pissed me off because I really wanted to put things in the orphan crusher. Spencer's the dude in the wheelchair. He's the dude the Spencer estate is named for in Resident Evil 1. His family's like the big like financial owner, stakeholder, kind of like they're the family of vampires that own the Umbrella Corporation, basically. He's the head patriarch of it all. And it seems like so I believe in Resident Evil 8 it was established like his family had ties back to Europe in like the 1800s. Spencer, I think, lived in the early 1900s, died in the 60s at some point, and then the mansion continued being used. My Resident Evil lore may be all off here as far as the timeline goes. Point is, Spencer died a long time ago, and it seems like this game's hinting towards like there's some sort of immortality project they had planning with like blood magic and like some way of like reincarnating Spencer into a contemporary body. Maybe Grace or Alexa Ashford have something to do with that. Alexa Ashford and her brother Alfred were like twins in Code Veronica. The Ashford family was another of the stakeholding families who were friends of the Spencer families. You investigate their private island in Code Veronica X, and then you go to their Antarctic base. Wow, rich people with private islands doing unethical and unscrupulous stuff? Amazing. Weird. Only in fantasy could that happen. I mean, to bring up how much Neuromancer is a Resident Evil, to speak of William Gibson, again, they go to a mansion in space, basically. That's a big old private corpo haunted house. Yeah, they got baby cloning going on. In case you didn't get it by this point. I think the thing is, the early Resident Evil formula is like such a honing in of like maximizing affect of device. And as I was telling Jacob, it's not that this is bad, it's just busy in a lot of directions. Because it has this big sprawling like demand to be like a horror game and an action game, and it's going all over the place. It doesn't do any of it bad. It's just crowded.
They weren't able to recreate Spencer's key. But now we have the original. We have you. You can unlock Elpis at Ark. That's where we'll go.
So, what?
Wait, so like, who needled her, and like, how'd she get away? How'd they lose her? I thought that was gonna happen there, but it seemed like they just put her back to
So
sleep.
It really was all my fault.
No, what?
What was?
That mom was murdered and.
Like, no, dude, like, you had no say in being
That thing.
genetically engineered
What's
into
done
a
is
thing.
done. You need to focus on the future.
Was she even really my mother?
This is like convoluting
It's
a
time
macro
to
narrative
embrace
so
your
that the
destiny.
protagonist can be in position where they can like therapy speak their way through the problem in terms of being their fault and their trauma that they have to like bear and work through and work on themselves with. It's like a completely imagined like existential narrative. In some ways, it reflects the sort of insistence on being a hustler, an entrepreneur, a superhero,
Appearance. Sorry.
an individualist striver participant in the current American economy.
Have fun.
Finally.
Hurry.
Oh, this isn't gonna actually be like a thing, is it? This isn't one of those like heavy set pieces. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Yeah, dude, like, we always, like, Resident Evil 2 Remake's imagery is everywhere. This isn't the same as, like, I don't know, it's not the same power as, like, when a PlayStation 2 game would reference an NES game to me.
Sure.
If they hadn't just remade Resident Evil 4, maybe it wouldn't feel
Yes, there
like
was.
redundant
Why?
nostalgia.
I'm gonna do some digging.
Because since it is so close to the Resident Evil 4 remake and is so directly riffing on what we know is the Code Veronica remake coming next with the Ashcroft name, it just, again, doesn't feel like novel or interesting. It feels like IP. It feels like franchise responsibility. Yep, okay.
I don't have time to deal with this.
Where else can I run? Except instead of how it is in Resident Evil 2, where he appears once the police station's open up, this police station's so tiny and constrained by comparison that, like, no? This way, okay. Okay. Just get me away from him for now. He's gonna hop up, right? Chief's office. Anything around? No. It did look like there was a circle. Is he gonna break through again somewhere close or soon? There we go. Right on cue. Ah, no? Oh. I thought I could like hop over it while he was swinging. Luckily, it's a Leon segment, so saves don't matter. Yep, okay. Checkpoint. Now we're playing Castlevania.
I don't have time to deal with this.
Checkpoint. Alright. Go over here, trigger here. Alright. Go this way. Run up here. Jump here. There's nothing in Chief Irons' room. I guess if he's chasing me, I guess I have to run back this way, run in a circle in Irons' room, which is more frustrating than just being able to jump over his pole axle and stuff. Like, okay, come on, drop it, come on through. Oh! On Resident Evil. Barney's not even here for me to pet in consolidation for my loss. How rude.
I don't have time to deal with this.
Alright. I thought it was fun in the Grace Hospital segment how I had to dodge and dance around zombies and get them to walk into spots I wanted them to go so that I could avoid them. As L-Man talked about the behaviors, especially if they it was little things like annoying them with the light switches and stuff. That was fun. That was clever. Alright, we're gonna trigger him, but then because the animation makes little sense, we're gonna run off this way.
Give me a goddamn break.
For him to chase us at some point, I guess. I don't know what to expect now. Let's see. There he is. Okay. Bingo presto, run back. Run through. Around. Out.
Everything all right, Leon?
Yeah. I'm good.
Wait, what?
So why'd you ask about the orphanage?
No, but like, where'd Mr.
Taking
X
the
go?
Stark. The orphanage is the entrance.
What stopped him?
What is ARC?
I'm not sure. But apparently it's someplace important.
I'm so appalled. Okay. Bizarre. Welcome to Raccoon City. Did you know our home of the pharmaceutical giant Umbrella Corporation? Raccoon City is a vibrant, dynamic city with a long, rich history of its own. In this guide, we'll introduce you to just a few of the more unusual points of interest our city has to offer. Raccoon City Police Station. The building in the center of town wasn't always a police station. In fact, it used to be an art museum. Various features like the unusual clock tower and the goddess statue in the main hall remind us of a bygone era. Orphanage. Just a few blocks from the police station is an orphanage founded and run by the Umbrella Corporation with the help of generous donations from businesses and citizens alike. The building is known for its stained glass window, which attracts visitors from around the world. For a stained glass window orphanage, it seems like a stretch. Seems like a stretch, but you know what? In the 90s, maybe people were that bored. Where do I go? Okay. I guess I'm just going to the orphanage. Like, they just busted a hole through the back of the thing, I guess. Where'd that tyrant go? Like, I was running from him and I just kind of ran away. They just wanted to be like done with the location? That's so weird. Is he gonna jump out and fight me in the streets? There's still that locked locker. What if there's something cool there? Wow. That's cool. All right, the gun shop.
It hasn't changed.
Like, I liked when Resident Evil 2 Make and 3 Make had the shared model world, like, map with this new Raccoon gun shop in the downtown area and all that. I do like seeing it again. Like, I do like this consistent geography they built.
Terminate. It's my fucking daughter.
It's also just fascinating how much this hinges on a remake and nostalgia for a remake of something that was already nostalgic. Like Resident Evil 2 Make itself was already evoking nostalgia. This is evoking nostalgia from the nostalgia.
What they did to us.
But I mean, to a certain generation, that Resident Evil 2 remake is Resident Evil 2.
I'm so sorry.
Never again.
But they're also hinging on that outside reference for like a quick Leon drama beat. I guess I'm gonna go fight a tyrant, but like he had to make it into like a personal moment thing. It can't just be the like, there's a bioweapon worth slaying out there. I hear it. I see it. All right, I assume I'm walking towards battle because of the way this funnel feels. The weird kind of moment Leon just had. They're actually, yeah. Well, okay, so I guess not. We'll see. Alright, let's spend some points. Or not. I don't have a lot, do I? 12,000. Yeah, my new shotgun. Need some spending on it. There we go. All right. Okay. Oh. Come on. I'm glad that happened in a cutscene, although I'm hoping it's not like an annoying thing I have to actually run from in engine. To actually not be thrilled for something to be interactive in a video game, the idea of it. Okay.
I couldn't save them. But I can stop bastards like you.
Oh my god. Did Resident Evil 4 not happen, like... It just feels so... Okay, yeah, I know. You can parry with L1. Do I have to parry with L1 is my question, I guess. Alright, let's try putting this parry principle into... Turn my way, dude.
Die already, you son of a bitch.
Oh boy, how do I dodge a car? There we go. Cool. Damn, I tried parrying that. It didn't work. But also, it didn't seem to do as much damage as I was fearing it would.
Not yet.
You know what? Sure.
I'll stop you as
Yeah,
many times
I do.
as I have to.
Yeah, sure. Like, him and Chris have been vocal in the past and critical of how Umbrella ruined Raccoon City, but like the way it's this personal suffering narrative this late in the game, it's like 20 years have passed, man. I thought, like, it's not like, haven't you been to therapy about this? It's that, like, other games have shown him way more, like, reconciled with it. And it just feels like, again, that schizophrenic lack of history where, like, every struggle's the same struggle, but it's also the new struggle. But it's just, it's your new character in the new episode with the new trauma. But, like, it's not iterative. It doesn't build upon prior. It's just for the sake of the moment, there's this excitement. And it's the shallowest sense of excitement, which is just like, oh, Leon feel bad about Raccoon. All right. Time to go to the orphanage, I suppose. Raccoon Boy's sad. Also worth noting just how the total apocalypsification and destruction through like the destruction and apocalypsification of Raccoon City has become much more linear and much more narrower a thing than the present horror of it in Resident Evil 2, where it's, you know, a labyrinth to be navigated and discerned. Look, this isn't even a path I can go down. It's just an invisible wall. Like, it's just, like, in some, like, everything was destroyed, and somehow it's now more of a prison.
I'm at the orphanage, Sherry. There's not much left of it. Heading underground to look for Grace.
Understood.
Leon cannot walk over this shit. Alright, got it. Do I just go down? Okay. Is it possible to even go up? I mean, when I was running from Mr. X on rails, there was that X prompt to hop over the smallest of gaps that I can't seem to make now. Huh. Which way shall I go? Again, unlike the Thomas Haw we've been reading, and the William Gibson we've been reading, and the Karlo Yeager Rodriguez we've been reading, it just doesn't know what details to focus on, so it focuses on every detail, and it just becomes like a tedium thing. Where because the game doesn't know what to obsess over, you're asking, what am I supposed to be obsessing over? And like, as a player, I'm trying to not like scrutinize every moment is miserable and take it in whole. Like, I've reconciled that Grace bit I played that I liked. It's like, okay, that's only like 30% of the game maybe. I should try to have a bigger breadth of acceptance that like Leon is the game. Like, this isn't half of the game. This isn't like a quarter of the game to think about minuscule. Like, this is the game they want me focused on and playing. So like last session I did get ahead on like ammo crafting and stuff like that. I am trying to earnestly engage with these Leon bits, but then again it throws, sure, I'll indulge in on rails Mr. X chase, but then it just kind of stops and it's like, well, I was buying into the fantasy. My disbelief, I was willingly suspending. I was slingshotting it off into the sky, and you gave me a 45-pound plate to add on to my body weight while I did that, and I didn't appreciate that. Like, I want to walk through here to soak in like the atmosphere and design and stuff, but I also feel it's so on rails, like I should just be running through to hurry along to the next story point. Very annoying. All right, it looks like this leads down to the lab though. Like, I can't go through this gate, yeah. Oh. What can I do with my various powders? Nothing. Yeah, nothing yet. Nothing yet. I was really hoping for like a more horror-oriented situation where I would need to use the Requiem as like a last resort, just like stuck in a corner, 20 zombies on me thing. But like I only really did that once as Grace when running back to the helicopter at the end of her chapter. I almost over-conserved her Requiem ammo, but I mean, I did just unload a bunch of my Requiem ammo into the Tyrant. But yeah, 3-2, to get back to the Raccoon Boy's sad thing of it all, it's the aestheticizing distance of like, there's the one heroic like hill that I was stuck on and overcame, and I'll forever be that. There's a cruelty to that in a lot of our pop culture. Like, how many times does Bruce Wayne have to see his parents get shot? How many times is Uncle Ben going to die? Like, James Bond can't have a stable relationship. If he ever gets married, she dies. Oh, okay.
Seriously.
Again, everything that's not just a vanilla humanoid zombie creature is relegated to a set piece or on rails interaction. So there's a lot of exotic and interesting things just on the periphery of like the gameplay loop that you only get to experience or taste one flavor of. Yeah, boom. More gunpowder. Alright, Leon. Scrap, nice. That gets you a lot of bullets. I should mix herbs soon. Yeah, the Uncharted bit with the train I always think of Uncharted now, even when playing like Death Stranding, watching Godzilla -1 with some friends, and there's a segment in there in which a lady is basically dangling from a train, Godzilla swinging around, and Uncharted was definitely a media object mentioned as a reference point.
Keeps going.
I mean, no, man, he has the Raccoon City sickness. I do find that aspect fascinating. Like, he's trying to figure out how to stop the thing that's eating him and Sherry. It's not really dramatized much. It was given as a setup at the beginning of the game, but it's been real Surf Dracula about, like, doing anything with that. Because, again, we're in that weird mode of, like, passive storytelling, where everything's, like, static. Alluded to, but not acted on. It's like, in a lot of ways, these Leon segments are just an NES game. Something in the vein of like a level-based Castlevania. Alright, how do I get up there? Is that where I came from? Oh. Yeah, I do think there's something that you can do with that, Elman, what you're pointing out, as far as like both the literal, like with the literal device of Leon's sickness, requiring him to go back to Raccoon City, as we see, there's no specific skeleton to the musculature of this thing. One moment you're running from a Mr. X, and then because the game demands it, the tension in that is just stopped. Any way to get over there, I wonder. I really want to get over to that box now. Oh no. My impulse to lick corners. Oh, okay. Scrap. Okay, here we go. Alright. They have little floor triggers, that's neat. Okay, that little floor trigger economy, now I'll keep an eye out for that. Making sure everything's loaded up. What can we craft? Rifle ammo. Handgun ammo. Machine gun ammo. Shotgun shells. Yeah. Barney, he's leaving. Barney, he's just going to get cigarettes. We'll be right back. Barney, it's okay. Oh, come on. I'm dreading whatever event lies at the end of this cutscene. And lies at the end of this tunnel. There's going to be a cutscene event, and I don't know, some kind of on-rails boss I'm just going to be left. Not today, buds. What is that? Defeat all the Plant 43 seedlings? Oh, can you not? Interesting. Let's do it. We got a full heal on our hands. Well, I guess now that I have the trophy telling me I'm clear, I don't have to worry about any of those plants. Thank you, game. Wow. This is like the time I use my Bethesda.net account. What a cool thing I use all the time still. Also, big boy, eh? Alright. Alright. Am I stuck? That's not the way I came. Yeah. Barney. Barney, come hang out with me in the creepy plant. Other folks are working. So these are a different enemy than the seedlings. The trophy's just for the non-whatever version. Alright. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. There we go. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Oh, oh. Oh, oh. Plant 43 seedlings, so you know. You know what? We're just playing Dreamcast Berserk again.
Stubborn meat, aren't you? Time to burn you up from the roots.
Oh, wow, okay. Gotta burn that sticky icky. Hey, all right.
This must be it.
Sorry, I'm just making sure I don't hear an action figure raccoon making its rattling noises. This seems like a very video gamey spot to place one. Activating.
Sherry, I found some kind of massive facility.
You know it's an umbrella lab.
I'm seeing supplies with the logos of the usual suspects.
And Tricell.
Whatever it is, clearly wasn't meant to be found.
Yeah. You're telling me.
So the whole raccoon thing was staged to scare people away from here, but then like international corporates are still using it to do bioterrorism marketing or something, is what I understand. Or I'm coming to understand. Like, this is the loading dock from 2, right? Like, Leon's been here before. He knows this place. Spiderwebs, hell yeah. All right, let's do this. I'm always game for spiders when they're not a, random, not random, but a on-rails set piece. I want spider enemies that I have to think about. Oh, welcome back, Barney. Would you like to join us as we explore the labs? Oh. All right, we've reached a save room, it appears. Current facility operation status: auto processing, green; network systems, all areas online; environmental control systems, green; disposal systems, green; security level 2, guards on patrol; area status: lab unit 01 checking, lab unit 02 normal, restricted area normal, Pandora normal. We're going to Pandora. Now operating 80% system access, but must be performed manually from the restricted area. Pandora, all right. Oh, I thought there was something I can interact with on here. I thought I saw a prompt. Let's cash in at the box. All right. You can't sell Requiem. That makes sense. All right, with this save, we're gonna go ahead and hit break time. Stand up, stretch, rehydrate, smoke them if you got them. Be kind to your little skeletons. When we come back, I'm going to read the intro to Burning Chrome. We'll talk a bit about Gibson, and then we'll get into exploring this laboratory, which I'm hoping is a bit more of a horror experience than the Upside City crawl. We'll see, we'll see. Maybe if we start getting more wacky enemies, like I don't know, let's get some liquors in here. Let's get some hunters. Let's get some chimeras. Let's get some... If we're going to go classic RE and we're going to reference all the classic RE things, let's get some of the non-zombie classics in here. There hasn't been a zombie dog. There hasn't been like a hunter. There hasn't been a liquor. There hasn't been a chimera. What about those weird mosquito things from Nemesis? That'd be fun, right? Anyways, let me get this footage of Barney up for all of you, and I'll see you shortly. Preface by Bruce Sterling. If poets are the unacknowledged legislators of the world, science fiction writers are its court jesters. We are wise fools who can leap, caper, utter prophecies, and scratch ourselves in public. We can play with big ideas because the garish motley of our pulp origins makes us seem harmless. And SF writers have every opportunity to kick up our heels. We have influence without responsibility. Very few feel obliged to take us seriously, yet our ideas permeate the culture, bubbling along invisibly, like background radiation. Yet the sad truth of the matter is that SF has not been much fun of late. All forms of pop culture go through doldrums. They catch cold when society sneezes. And if SF in the late 70s was confused, self-involved, and stale, it was scarcely a cause for wonder. But William Gibson is one of our best harbingers of a better thing to come. His brief career has already established him as a definitive 80s writer. His amazing first novel, Neuromancer, which swept the Fields Awards in 1985, showed Gibson's unparalleled ability to pinpoint social nerves. The effect was galvanic, helping to wake the genre from its dogmatic slumbers. Roused from its hibernation, SF is lurching from its cave into the bright sunlight of the modern zeitgeist. And we are lean and hungry, and not in the best of tempers. From now on, things are going to be different. The collection you hold now contains all of Gibson's shorter work to date. It's a rare chance to see the astonishingly rapid development of a major writer. The tack he intended to take was already visible in his first published story, Fragments of a Hologram Rose from 1977. The Gibson trademarks are already present, a complex synthesis of modern pop culture, high-tech, and advanced literary technique. Gibson's second story, The Gernsback Continuum, shows him consciously drawing a bead on the shambling figure of sci-fi tradition. It's a devastating refutation of scientification in its guise as narrow technolatry. We see here a writer who knows his roots and is gearing up for a radical reformation. Gibson hit his stride with the Sprawl series, Johnny Mnemonic, New Rose Hotel, and the incredible Burning Chrome. The appearance of these stories in Omni magazine showed a level of imaginative concentration that effectively upped the ante for the entire genre. These densely packed, Baroque stories repay several readings for their hard-edged, gloomy passion and intensely realized detail. Truth be told, chat, I'm already thinking of rereading Johnny Mnemonic because so much of it is a visceral ride. Something to note with Gibson is how much it is a visceral ride. The joy is in the reading of the text, the happening events, the turns and twists of the plot. I think there's a perception of like cyberpunk and like sci-fi novels, or at least like the important ones like Neuromancer, is like these novels of ideas that are to be like set at a distance and ruminated on, and like, yes, like sure there's text, but it's really the meta text we're talking about here, because that's the important like big brain thing. And I don't know, that's the kind of perception that makes me think of the way Elon Musk will be like, oh yes, I love princesses, and he's talking about the Iliad on Twitter. Just the way romantic text or historical text, just because they're old, are appealed to as a place of authority for like complete misreads of same text. Yeah, it's just great to see that immediacy here in Gibson's writing. And this whole thing they're talking about with the scientification of its guise of narrow technolatry. The Gernsback Continuum, Gernsback was a sci-fi author. Gibson is riffing on, and we'll read this short story down the line. Oh no, AI viewer stream boo. Gibson's ripping on a sense of like modernist sci-fi that was very much about fetishizing gadgets and like the sort of Reed Richards idea of like I say Reed Richards, but Reed Richards is even like a more human consideration. There's a sort of like scientific boy wonder, a sort of sci-fi protagonist of the mid-century who is like an adventure boy who can do no wrong, only if he's lied to or given the wrong information. This is sort of what Ender's Game is a riff on. Stephen King is lampooning a lot of this in the Tommyknockers. A lot of like 70s and 80s sci-fi writers make fun of this kind of trend from the 50s and 60s. I mean, George R. R. Martin's kind of doing this with fantasy. And that's just kind of what's in reference here. Gibson's second story, The Gernsback Continuum, shows him consciously drawing a bead on the shambling figure of the sci-fi tradition. It's a devastating refutation of scientification in disguise as narrow technology. We see here a writer who knows his roots and is gearing up for a radical reformation. He's getting away, as when we read Burning Chrome and when we read Johnny Mnemonic last night. There's not a lot of specific technological explanation as to how things work. There's not like a sci-fi realism or a hard sci-fi pragmatism to really explaining things. He explains things as much as like it'll get you understanding that it's cool, that they're fighting on a warbling platform, that the lady has knife hands, that they're in a weird undercity above a darker city. It's some kind of like cyberpunk take on Blighttown from Dark Souls that they're fighting in at the end of that Johnny Mnemonic plot. Also worth noting, the intro may bring this up in a moment, just like both those stories have happy endings. There's this like dour doomer Rocco's Basilisk mode of like cyberpunk shorthand now, that sort of fatalist. But within both these shorts we read and also Power of Neuromancers, like characters are regaining autonomy and learning how to better negotiate with the technological parts of themselves. So that their meat and their metal parts work in unison, in harmony, and without like the interference or ownership of others. That's a big thing that recurs throughout Gibson's work, and I think is something you can see in stuff like Snow Crash and The Matrix that is often missed by those who just go for the texture of cyberpunk because they like the dour dystopic edge to it. Again, the Sprawl books are noir stories. Gibson hit his stride with the Sprawl series, Johnny Mnemonic, New Year's Hotel, and the incredible Burning Chrome. The appearance of these stories in Omni magazine showed a level of imaginative concentration that effectively upped the ante for the entire genre. These densely packed Baroque stories repay several readings for their hard-edged, gloomy precision and intensely realized detail. They're short stories, but they're not doing what Resident Evil 9 is doing, where they scattershot everywhere and do everything. No, Gibson knows the precise prose details he needs to sell the imagery, to get you on vibing with his cyberpunk stories. Like in Burning Chrome, you understand they're pirates surfing an edge, invading a dark castle. That has no technical analog in hacking, but as a device to get the reader engaged, it is firing the fuck off. The triumph of these pieces was their brilliant, self-consistent evocation of a credible future. It's hard to overestimate the difficulty of this effort, which is one that many SF writers have been ducking for years. This intellectual failing accounts for the ominous proliferation of post-apocalypse stories, sword and sorcery fantasies, and those ever-present space operas in which galactic empires slip conveniently back into barbarism. All these subgenres are products of the writer's urgent necessity to avoid tangling with a realistic future. But in the Sprawl stories, we see a future that is recognizably and painstakingly drawn from the modern condition. It is multifaceted, sophisticated, global in its view. It derives from a new set of starting points. Not from the shop-worn formula of robots, spaceships, and the modern miracle of atomic energy, but from cybernetics, biotech, and the communications web, to name a few. Gibson's extrapolative techniques are those of classic hard SF, but his demonstration of them is pure new wave. Rather than the usual passionless techies and rock-ribbed competent men of hard sci-fi, his characters are a pirate's crew of losers, hustlers, spin-offs, cast-offs, and lunatics. We see his future from the belly up, as it's lived, not merely as dry speculation. Cowboy Bebop's another thing that comes to mind with a lot of these sprawl stories and the way they're the stylized heist where the protagonists are the lowest rung of society in some ways. Gibson puts an end to that fertile Grinsbeckian archetype, Ralph 124C41+, a white-bread technocrat in his ivory tower, who showers the blessings of superscience upon the hoi polloi. In Gibson's work, we find ourselves in the streets and alleys, in a realm of sweaty, white-knuckled survival, where high-tech is a constant subliminal hum, like a deranged experiment in social Darwinism, designed by a bored researcher who kept one thumb permanently on the fast-forward button. Big science in this world is not a source of quaint Mr. Wizard marvels, but an omnipresent, all-permeating, definitive force. It is a sheet of mutating radiation pouring through a crowd, jam-packed global bus roaring wildly in an exponential slope. These stories paint an instantly recognizable portrait of the modern predicament. Gibson's extrapolations show, with exaggerated clarity, the hidden bulk of an iceberg of social change. This iceberg now glides with sinister majesty across the surface of the late 20th century, but its proportions are vast and dark. Many SF authors, faced with this lurking monster, have flung up their hands and predicted shipwreck. Though no one could accuse Gibson of Pollyannism, he has avoided that easy out. This is another distinguishing mark of the emergent new school of 80s sci-fi, its boredom with the apocalypse. Gibson wastes very little time shaking his finger or wringing his hands. He keeps his eyes unflinchingly open and, as August Burdies has pointed out, he's not afraid of hard work. These are signal virtues. Another sign shows Gibson is part of a growing new consensus in sci-fi, the ease with which he collaborates with other writers. 3 such collaborations grace this collection. The Belonging Kid is a rare treat, a dark fantasy bubbling over with lunatic surrealism. Red Star, Winter Orbit, is another near-future piece of a lovingly detailed, authentic background, with the global multicultural point of view typical of 80s sci-fi. Dogfight is a savagely effective and brutally twisted piece of work, with Gibson's classic 1-2 combination of low-life and high-tech. In Gibson, we hear the sound of a decade that has finally found its own voice. He's not a table-pounding revolutionary, but a practical, hands-on retrofitter. He's opening the stale corridors of the genre to fresh air of new data. 80s culture, with its strange growing integration of technology and fashion. He has a fondness for the odder and more intuitive byways of mainstream lit. Le Carre, Robert Stone, Pynchon, William Burroughs, Jane Ann Phillips, and he's a devotee of what J.G. Ballard has perceptively called invisible literature, that permeating flow of scientific reports, government documents, and specialized advertising that shapes our culture below the level of recognition. He studies the postmodern, he studies the metatext, the trends and means by which advertising facilitates meaning through cultural narrative. That's me just kind of rambling between paragraphs here. Sci-fi survived a long winter on its stored body fat. Gibson, along with a broad wave of inventive, ambitious new writers, has prodded the genre awake and sent it out on rec for fresh diet. And it's bound to do us all the power of good. Boy, did it ever. Alright, let's get back to RESIDENT EVIL REQUIEM. We just stumbled upon some sort of lab. Where did I put the controller? But there's something there to note in that, Gibson is still optimistic in some ways, fantasist in some ways, but he is using the immediate material of the now to imagine the future. And in that way, he's communicating that he recognizes what's going on in the present. And through what you extrapolate into Gibson's world, you can draw opinions on where he sees history heading and how he feels about it. But it's never a hand-wringing, as the introduction by Bruce Sterling points out. It's just felt in the world. All right, Leon, what are we doing down here? I actually think across Johnny Mnemonic and Neuromancer, Molly Millions is quite a fascinating character in that avoidance of hand-wringing. It ties into the overall ethos of recognizing and being empathetic and understanding the libidinal as a pathway of motivation throughout. Like Molly, in order to raise the money to become what she is in Johnny Mnemonic, as explained in Neuromancer, she does sex work. And she does it as a means to get to what she wants to really do, which is be a cool assassin lady. And like the novel and the stories, Gibson just accepts like that's what that character wants. It is beyond like, there is like not a normative definition of like something shameful and ideal and like normal for like characters within Gibson's world to aspire to. The world's been so fragmented and the consensus reality so shattered that like, hey, whatever gets your goat, whatever people can get by on, and if, you know, hey, if you're getting paid for that and you're surviving, sure. There's a sort of hard determined, you know, market-based invisible hand thing going on there, or like if you're sustaining, no judgments. What a weird box. And it's not like, again, there's a set of commandments or tenets or ethical ideas or aspirations or a moral law set out within Gibson's work. It's all felt through the text, the actions, and the world itself.
Where is that? Okay.
Is Leon's final enemy type just dudes? Am I just fighting dudes?
I'm getting the feeling I'm not wanted around here.
Yeah, dude, I know. Alright, my dumb, traumatized boy. Yeah, this is gonna be like a big old shooter section, isn't it? Yep, here we go.
Ahead of myself.
What is this Pac-Man bullshit? Okay.
Perfect.
Okay. Barnabas.
I'm getting the feeling I'm not wanted around here. Ahead of myself. I'm getting the feeling I'm not wanted around here.
Oh man, I think that's supposed to be an actual like motivating mystery, but I don't really care either. As a video game goes, I'm just like, what is this design consideration? Is that it? Here to cash in my kill credits. That's not a lot. I just do that to get shotgun ammo, honestly, but also break this crate. All right, now that we've dealt with that very annoying segment, let's keep going. Don't tell me it's gonna be New York. Yeah. Oh my God.
Shit.
No.
Not good.
No. Don't tell me they turned the game into this. Can I at least run from them, or do they have like really good accuracy? Can we get creative with killing them, or is it literally cover shooting? This is bad. Okay. Okay. This is not fighting zombies or robots or aliens or werewolves. Yeah, this is just kind of like a international, I guess like a. It's reminding me of the parts of Half-Life I don't like, which is when you have to fight the soldiers. Oh. Come on. And you wait for your little currency counter to pop up like a score counter. Come on, shoot at me. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna find out there's like another evil company that was doing something or something. I really don't care at this point what the convoluted umbrella scheme is. You enjoy those s'mores, El, man. I'll probably be wrapping here shortly. Where is he? Very annoying behavior. Oh my god. All right, 3-2, I think we're making progress. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Can I see them fall in? No. They don't show up till I actually enter the room. Maybe. Let's see something then. Oh, okay. Right. NES game. Just play it slow. I could have swore there are at least 2 more down there somewhere. Alright, I have to be very careful. Where are these new dudes coming from? Okay. Shield guy's the real asshole. The rest of them, I can cut through if I do it right. Why are you doing that? Why are you asking? Do I have like a grenade or something? I don't. Unreal.
Perfect.
Unreal. Alright, if this keeps happening, I may put the game on hold for another session. It's getting about that time. And frankly, this room is awful. Frankly frustrated that they put a completely competent horror game in the first third of this and then just it's gone. And what they replaced it with isn't a tightly wound, well-plotted, enthralling pulp story. It's people just alluding to the past. There's blood destiny lore. It's just like a bunch of Jungian bullshit. I hate it. Oh my god, how? Magic. Just magic. Getting worse at this because these motherfuckers over here. Oh my god. Stop. Stop. Oh, did they jump in from up there? That makes sense. Oh, I can't run back to the other room, so I can't, like, buy a grenade. Maybe I should buy a grenade if I load up again. But if I don't move anywhere, okay, just wait for them. And not really much to add there. I just have to get faster at hitting my heal button, I guess. Man, it's really cool in Resident Evil 5 that there's those giant grasshoppers that like vomit on you. And Resident Evil 4 has those monsters that you gotta pop specific parts of and they make the weird noises. Well, I'm saying there's a lot of enemy variety besides dudes with gun, and it's really just, I can't believe it. I'm stuck on a part in a Resident Evil game and it's a full-on just like third-person action, shoot SWAT guys with your guns. I was amazed with conscript making me just fight people because there was like a harshness and a cruelty to it the game was really banking on and using in very motivated and intentional ways. Here though, what's it doing? What's any of this? Besides like a lot of familiar video game isms. So Resident Evil 4 was like Uncharted in the sense that it was like a lot of video game isms, but video game isms of that time were like minecart levels. Sewer levels. Spooky village levels. Crazy, like the instant step up from like zombie to zombie with chainsaw to like giant troll monster in 4 really sets up the arcadey tone of like the gallery of things you're going to encounter. There's these dudes with like the Wolverine claws. There's the invisible things. I'm just, I guess, surprised by the bankruptcy of this Leon scenario's creativity. I remember even Resident Evil 5 having weird monster things you fight in the Chris scenario and such. Pop up. Alright, the part I need to now figure out how to deal with these dudes. I'm going to try to shotgun the dudes who aren't shielded while avoiding the shield guy, I guess. It's going to be my Space Invaders like strategy. Also going to combine herbs. Like, I expect some degree of third-person shooting from Resident Evil just because of what it's become, but like, for it to be this colorless. Oh, man. Who else is here? Who else is here? Alright, is it just the shield guy now? And if so... Right, I'm supposed to use the half-baked melee system. Of course, of course. Me too, Leon. Me too. Oh, hey, a liquor. Cool. They just have one for me to look at. You're gonna break out at some point, buddy, right? Maybe when I come back as Grace. Although this environment doesn't seem very backtrackable. They do that with the labs in all of them. This is my least favorite part of what Resident Evil 2 did to Resident Evil 2 is the back half of that scenario. It's simplified greatly from the original, which is a shame. This is the save room though, right? Cool. Alright, we're gonna cash in, buy some upgrades. We're probably gonna save and call it here, folks. It is about that time. I have some actual editing to do. I'm also hungry. I'm surprised by how far away from enthused I am to continue on. The game has not arrested my attention for the weekend. Other duties call. On Wednesday, I took a nap instead of playing it. All right. And there we go. This has been TechnoPoverty with a special Friday session. Y'all take care.